Welcome to your course tour of Foundations of Language and Literature. This text was created to address the foundational skills needed to help students succeed in the AP Language and AP Literature course. Renee H. Shea began her career as a professor of English and modern languages and director of freshman composition at Bowie State University in Maryland, a College Board faculty consultant for more than 30 years in AP Language, Literature, and pre-AP English. She has been a reader and question leader for both AP English exams. Additionally, Renee served as a member of the Development Committee for the AP Language and Composition and the English Academic Advisory Committee for the College Board, as well as the SAT Critical Reading Test Development Committee, and she has authored a number of AP and pre-AP books. John Golden teaches at Cleveland High School in Portland, Oregon. He was an advisor to the College Board's 6 through 12 English Language Arts Development Committee. An English teacher for over 20 years, John has developed curriculum and led workshops for the College Board's Pacesetter and Springboard English programs. Golden is the author of many additional English texts and has a unique propensity for merging the worlds of film and English. Tracy Schultz has been an educator for over 20 years. She has experience as a classroom teacher, department specialist, and district interventionist, and served as the associate director for the teacher education program at Rice University. She earned her doctoral degree in 2012 from the University of Houston in curriculum and instruction and currently serves as the K-12 Advanced Academics Coordinator for Alief ISD in Texas. The goal of today's session is to prepare you for using your new Foundations of Language and Literature textbook. We will go in depth and review the Student and Teacher Edition textbooks and conclude with an examination of the teacher resources and add-ons to make sure you have a full understanding of the program. Before we get started, let's review the materials you have received with your order. If you have ordered a class set, you should have received a Teacher's Edition, ExamView Test Bank, and the Teacher's Resource Materials. You may have received your test bank and/or teacher resource materials on a flash drive or downloadable via a URL. Please note that some components, such as Launchpad, are not automatically added to your adoption. These components require additional purchase. If there is anything you have not received, please contact your local sales representative. Every teacher also has access to our Classroom Compass site. This site provides an opportunity for additional training, information, and resources. At BFW, we love to hear about all the different ways you use our book in your classroom. Please log on to our site at classroomcompass.bfwpub.com and join our discussion boards to share ideas and strategies with your colleagues and the textbook teams. Now that we've briefly reviewed the AP course information, we'll take a quick look at the Student Edition. Please make note of an incredibly helpful feature found in the book's preface on page XVII. We created this guided tour for the students, but also for you. It's something that you can refer back to time and again as you get acquainted with the text. Foundations of Language and Literature begins with brief, approachable, activity-driven opening chapters, which establish core academic skills. After the opener chapters, the book is arranged by genre to help students get an in-depth understanding of each type of text. Here in the 9th grade, it's important to take the time to slow down and ensure that all students understand the essential elements of each of the significant genres and modes they will encounter in their academic careers. Now let's look at the features of your Student Edition. While students encountered key ideas in the opening chapters and developed valuable skills, skill building is a continual process requiring constant practice. There are 3 in-depth interactive workshops in each chapter that introduce students to the essential elements of the mode or genre, provide opportunities for writing in that mode or genre, and walk students through the process of writing analytical responses to the mode or genre. Every chapter is broken down into 3 sections of text that increase in difficulty. Section 1 features brief and approachable text to build foundational skills. Section 2 texts represent grade-level complexity for 9th grade, along with the central text, a model text in the genre or mode. Section 3 contains stylistically challenging and conceptually complex texts approaching the level of challenge found in the AP Language or AP Literature courses. The activities and reflections throughout the opening chapters and in the workshops in the readings chapters are perhaps the most important learning tools. These brief, engaging activities give students opportunities to apply what they've learned and take a step back to think about where they might still need work. An English class, like any academic discipline, often includes terminology that can trip up students. These handy boxes pull out the key concepts in the section and gather all of the key terminology in one place for quick review. Thought-provoking digital age boxes ask students to think about how technology impacts the way we think, have conversations, read, write, and research. Culminating activities at the end of each opening chapter ask students to demonstrate what they have learned in the chapter. These formative assessments give students an early opportunity to identify strengths and weaknesses. Yes, this is a genre book, but we couldn't resist including a thematic element to spur critical thinking and get students working with multiple perspectives on an issue. Each chapter of readings includes a brief synthesis conversation, picking up on an issue in the central text. Synthesis is one of those skills with multiple benefits. It leads to lively class discussions, it encourages informed opinions, demands nuanced and nimble thinking, and forces students to draw on evidence to support their beliefs. These are academic habits of mind common to all disciplines and at the heart of all academic work. This is why even in the literary chapters, you find synthesis conversations primarily of nonfiction. We believe in that cluster of skills and that it can deepen the study of any text regardless of the genre. Throughout the book are guided questions designed to support and challenge students as they engage with the text. Understanding and interpreting questions lay the foundation for analysis. These questions guide students to an understanding of the content and move them toward an interpretation. Analyzing language, style, and structure questions ask students to look at craft, how the writer's choices create meaning. Topics for composing prompts include extended essay and project ideas that range from narrative to argument, research, creative writing, and even multimodal projects. Seeing corrections boxes provide brief text or visuals that support, challenge, qualify, or extend an idea in the main text. Seeing connections challenge students to think critically and creatively in order to uncover the relationships connecting the texts. You will notice that grammar is reinforced throughout the opening chapters and writing workshops as choices that contribute to creating an effective text. For more help with problem spots, Foundations of Language and Literature contains brief, active grammar workshops that take students from a basic understanding of the concept to identification of the error, to application of the concept in context, and ultimately back into real writing to revise. Every visual text in Foundations of Language and Literature serves a clear, authentic pedagogical purpose. Images were carefully selected to inform the reading of a print text, suggest new ideas, provide additional context, extend an understanding into the real world, or allow students to make interesting connections. Now that we've briefly reviewed the student edition, let's take a quick look at the teacher's edition. Just like the overview from the student edition, this overview in the teacher's edition is the place to start to get acquainted with your text. Preceding the opening chapters 1 through 4 and each of the 7 readings chapters 5 through 11, you will find a 4-page introductory section designed to help you plan your instruction. The Chapter at a Glance section gives you a quick overview of the goals of the chapter. The Text Overview and Pacing section gives you a snapshot of each reading with an emphasis on what qualities might make the text approachable or challenging for your students, including such characteristics as time period, sentence structure, vocabulary, and context. This section also includes some idea of how long it might take to teach each piece. We include a pre-built unit as just one option for how you might teach the chapter. It is a starting point. Most of these units are timed to take 5 weeks, but others that include extended works, like Romeo and Juliet, are a bit longer. The last portion of the chapter introduction is a troubleshooting key concepts guide to help you give ideas about how you might reinforce specific skills and concepts. The key component of this teacher's edition is a running commentary of ideas for teaching with this book that you will find in the margins. These notes were written by experienced teachers and are designed to assist you during the teaching process. There are 4 types of notations, distinguished by icons and color. Building context notes are suggested questions or activities intended to introduce students to the context of the text, including conducting short research on the cultural, historical, or geographical information that might make the text challenging for the students to access. Close reading notes identify short passages from the text where you and your students might stop to discuss significant word choice, sentence structure, or other elements that will highlight the writer's craft and its effect on the meaning of the work. Check for understanding notes are short check-in questions about plot, character, vocabulary, and so on, the answers to which are essential for students to move through the rest of the text successfully. Teaching idea. These notes include suggestions for collaborative learning, graphic organizers, classroom strategies, and extension activities designed to engage students with the text. Sometimes these suggestions are for short in-class activities, and sometimes they are more extensive. Throughout this book, you will see icons that say TRM. These icons indicate additional tools for teaching with the text that can be found on the Teacher's Resource flash drive and that are embedded at the point of use in the Teacher's Edition ebook. Now let's discuss your teacher's resources. You may receive these resources on a flash drive that looks like a credit card or via a URL and password for download provided by your BFW sales representative. You may also receive the resources in our Launchpad platform, which we will discuss later. For now, let's review the material available in the teacher's resources. These resources were created to work hand in glove with your teacher's edition. This list really doesn't do the teacher's resources justice. The teacher's resource materials include everything you need to support your teaching and your students' learning. From worksheets to answers, you'll find it all in the TRM, available as a flash drive at the book's online platform or as resources in the ebook. If you purchased additional resources, such as the Launchpad digital platform, we will review those now. If you did not purchase add-ons, you can fast forward to the end of the video. Foundations of Language and Literature is available in a range of ebook platforms, including our fully interactive Launchpad ebook. In Launchpad, every question in the book is assignable. This means students can respond directly in the ebook and have their work report to your gradebook. It includes integrated teacher's resource materials and learning curve adaptive quizzing, and it works on any device. To find the ebook that's right for you, contact your Bedford Freeman & Worth sales representative. Launchpad includes these features and so much more. To get the most out of your Launchpad program, please schedule a live training with our digital specialists at go.oncehub.com/highschool. If you have any questions about the products discussed in this video, please email your BFW sales representative. If you have any questions about professional development or this video, please email us at highschoolpd@bfwpub.com. Thank you.